Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Single Mom in 618. I came on here because I kind of wanted to, I needed to put a new video up anyway because I had a couple new subscribers, and then I had a couple things that I wanted to talk to you guys about anyway. Because the past few weeks have been pretty busy. The first thing I was going to talk to you guys about was I had worked at a COVID facility, and then I also worked as a CMT, certified medication tech, and I kind of want to talk to you guys about how that's been and what my experience was with both of those, from the COVID all the way down to the, being a CMT. So I think I'm going to talk to you guys about my experience with being a CMT first. So about 2 weeks ago, I was going to a facility. I had been at this facility before. I talked about it before in some of my other videos. It was the facility I had talked about that was kind of like not so great. It was not up to par. And so I went to this facility, and I actually, even though it's not up to par, I do like low key like it and stuff in some weird sense or whatever. So I had met with the DON, the director of nursing, and me and her were talking. And I said, I really want to pick up some CMT shifts here. I told her I was a CMT and stuff. And I really want to pick up some shifts here. And I was wondering, is there any way that, maybe since I'm a new CMT, is there any way that I could walk around with one of the CMTs here without pay? I volunteer without pay and everything. If I could just come in, walk around with one of the CMTs and kind of see what they do and just how the whole system works. And, especially because, CMTs, we do pass, narcotics and everything. So that's a really big deal and stuff, especially being a new CMT. You don't want to mess up or have any errors. So she was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind you doing that, which I thought was like really sweet of her, because when you're agency, like I told you guys before, you're supposed to know your stuff, especially when you work agency, because you're there to help them. So she had told me, yeah, that's fine, but it took like maybe like a week or two or something like that and stuff. And so she was like, hey, I kind of want you to train with this older CMT or something. I said, okay, that's fine. So I was at home one day off of work or whatever, and I really didn't have anything to do and stuff. And so I randomly like text her, and I was like, hey, I was just wondering, is there any way that I could come in and just watch the CMT, whoever's there, and just watch them, pass meds or whatever? She was like, yeah, that's fine. Come on in. Okay. So I get there. Let me go back a little bit before. I had talked to another CMT who actually did work there, and I asked her, how the med pass was there and this and that and stuff. And she was like, it's cool, but you need to kind of watch out, because like they have a lot of double orders in here. And if you don't go inside of each order, like, okay, let's say that it says, I don't know, let's say this person gets, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something that somebody could get. I don't know. Let's say that somebody gets Tylenol 500 one time a day, okay? But you got to order for that in the computer twice, okay? So she was like, you need to really watch, because there's a lot of duplicate orders in here, and it's very easy to overdose these people. And I was like, oh, okay. And so going back to what I said, because I'll get back to, why she said that, and I thank God she told me that. So I came in that day, and my friend was actually working the shift as well. She was working, and I was like, well, just tell them I'll come in and I'll just watch you, pass meds or whatever and stuff. So I get there, and the DON was like, hey, we had to send that one CMT out on a doctor's appointment. Can you just jump on the med car and do what you know? I was like, yeah, that's fine, because I had never done CMT. I had never worked as a CMT before, except for like my clinicals. And everybody knows when you do clinicals, whether it is any type of clinicals, you learn a little bit, but you never really learn until you actually get like on, a job or whatever. So I was nervous. I was nervous. Like, I was to the point where, girl, like, let me, I'm thinking I'm talking to one of my friends and stuff. I got sick. I was like, yeah, okay. So I was like, okay, let me go. I went to the bathroom. got myself calm. My anxiety was revved up, whatever. So I was like, okay. I was like, Relia, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, you can read. You know what I'm saying? You know what you learned from like school. Just, get in there, do it. You kind of looked over a couple CMTs, shoulders before and this and that. Just do what you need to do. So I got on the med cart and it was not bad. It was not bad. I was in there and I was passing my meds. I had got there around 9 o'clock. So that was the only bad thing though. So I will give you guys some advice if you are a CMT. And let's say your shift starts at 7. Let's say it starts at 7 o'clock or so. I have been known to get to work around like 6:15, 6:30. That way I have 30 minutes to prepare my cart. And what I mean by prepare my cart, that means for me to, one, figure out what haul I'm going to be working on. Two, so I can get, like, if I have any crush meds, I can get my applesauce or pudding, whatever you guys use at your facility. I can stock my cart up. It gets hot, so I have a fan that I put on the med cart too with me. I'm trying to think. I can get all my cups, my spoons, everything ready to go and stuff. So that way it'll make my, med pass a lot easier. So that way I'm not looking like, oh, I don't have any pudding. This person gets crushed meds. Let me run down to dietary kitchen, whatever you guys call it, and let me go get some pudding. Let me go get some applesauce. So that way I can keep my whole day moving and going, because it gets hectic trying to pass all the meds. Because a lot of times, and I know I'm kind of all over the place, a lot of times your patients, like, you think like, the best way to describe it is my aunt. Oh my God, she gets like, I remember one time I was over her house. I came over early one morning, and she was taking her meds, and this lady was taking like a cocktail, like full of meds. Like, you would have thought it was a shot glass full of meds and stuff. So that's one thing you have to, make sure of and stuff. Like, you need to get there early so you can look over your orders and stuff. You need to get there early and check at the bottom of the cart should be like your refills and stuff of meds and stuff. Just everything that you need to make sure that you have. That way your day can keep going. Because like I said, I had like 2 residents that I swear to you, they had maybe like 15 pills I had to give, and some of them was like, they get 2 gabapentins, which is for like seizures, whatever and stuff. They get 2 Lasix, furosemide, furosulfate, this and that and stuff, So it wasn't like 15 individual pills. There were some pills that were duplicate, they get more than 1 pill. So that's another thing, be on time. That way you get your cart organized and everything though. But going back to them duplicate orders and stuff. So I was on a med cart, and like I said, you may have a resident that gets Tylenol. They may get Tylenol or so, 500 one time a day, but you got 2 orders of computer. So you're like, okay, so should I be giving this person 2 Tylenols? That's 1,000 milligrams. You need to go inside the computer and click on the order, and it should have a date at the top. So today is what is today? Today is the 12th. Let's say that order is for May the 12th, and then the one underneath it that says Tylenol 500 is for May the 10th. You're going to give the most recent order. And if it's only 1 time a day, of course, you only give the most recent order 1 time a day, okay? So that second order, you're going to click. So the first order, you're going to click yes, if that's how it is. We use the point-click care system at a majority of the facilities actually I've been going to. And you're going to click yes, you gave that to that 1 Tylenol 500. Then on that second duplicate order, you're going to click the N, which means no. On the no, you have to write in a reason for why you did not give it. So for me, it's like 1 through 10 different reasons of why you did not give this med or so. And so I think ours is 9, what it means other, and you write a note. So I was like, duplicate order hyphen nursemaid aware. So that way it gets it off of you. It lets them know like, hey, this is a duplicate order. I'm aware of this. And I also made my nurse aware. And so that sends them in the main office, it sends them a note like, hey, we need to get this duplicate order out of here. Because being a new CMT, if that girl would have never had told me that, or just using common sense or whatever, if she would have never told me that, I probably would have ended up giving two Tylenols, you know, and this person really only supposed to get one. You know what I mean? So you have to really, really watch for those duplicate orders. And it is okay to ask questions. I'm telling y'all, I told them, I was like, hey, I'm an agency, but guess what? I'm a new CMT and I have questions. So it does not matter. If you have questions, you have to ask them. Do not feel shame. Also, another thing that I learned, that is your best friend, is a there is a not there is nothing. There is nothing. What I was gonna say, your best friend. I'm getting sidetracked because I'm thinking about so much to tell you guys. Google is your best friend. Make sure your phone is charged up. Make sure your phone is charged up. Me, I make sure my phone is now, especially working as a CMT. I know, like when I worked as a CNA and stuff, my phone would probably be on 10. I'd be in somebody's room trying to charge it. You know what I'm saying? But as a CMT, have that phone charged. Like have it on 100% on deck. And I'm telling you why. I because I am a new CMT, you're not going to know every drug, okay? So there was one time I was on the med cart and I was looking for, I'm just going to give you guys a example. So when you're on the med cart, you may see some meds or so that say this right here, if you guys can see. Let me see. I kind of want to, I don't know. I'm trying to find something. Can you guys see that? It says, bring it closer, bisacolide, whatever, USP 5 milligrams. If you are a new CMT, you're not going to know what bisacolide is. So you're in your med cart, you're looking for bisacolide. Where's bisacolide? Cannot find bisacolide. So you finally find bisacolide and you figure out that, guess what? Bisacolide is just a laxative. So Google is going to be your best friend. I'm actually going to pull it up so you guys can see what I mean. When you get on Google, you're going to type in the, I think it's the generic name. That's the generic name. So if I'm even pronouncing it right. So you're looking it up and this is what's going to come up right here. If you guys can see that. I hope you guys can see it. It just says bisacolide and it'll tell you it's a laxative. You're like, okay, cool, okay, I know. So you see your bottom and you're looking for bisacolide and it's a laxative. Okay, I know this is a laxative. It's just my water. But I'm just letting you guys know, Google's going to be your best friend. I'm telling you, like one day I had like my whole Google search was all meds that I was looking for and stuff. Like I remember one day, I know it now, I was looking for ferrous sulfate. I'm like, oh my God, where's this person's ferrous sulfate? This person gets a cocktail full of meds. I can't find this person's ferrous sulfate and I'm ready to go so I can get on to the next person. And ferrous sulfate, when I looked it up, it was a stock med. And I'll tell you guys about stock meds, what they are. It was a stock med and it's iron. So this whole time, the iron is sitting in my face. But I'm like, where's ferrous sulfate? You know, looking up ferrous sulfate on the computer. I'm like, where's it at? What's it look like? So I finally Googled it and I'm like, oh, it's iron. And the reason for that is because you see how they have laxative in this bold right here, but at the bottom is the generic word. So you really have to pay attention to that because in your computer, it's not going to say laxative. It's going to say bisacolide or however you pronounce that. So just try to remember that and stuff. Use Google as your best friend. I'm telling you. Charge your phone if you're working as a CMT because these meds that you and I both know as Tylenol is not going to be in your cart. It's going to be under ACE anhetamine or whatever it's called. It's not antihistamine, but acenhetamine or something like that. It's gonna be under that word. And you're like, where is this medicine at? Oh, this is Tylenol. I could have been and gave this and moved on with my life. So remember, charge your phone. Have your phone on you, and they don't mind a lot of times and stuff. One thing I have learned about being a CMT versus being a CNA is you do get a little bit more respect. As much as I hate to say that, you do get a little bit more respect because the nurses love you. Let me tell you that. The nurses love you. When you're a CMT, the nurses love you because you're passing all the pills. All they have to do is the treatments. Not saying that the treatments are not a big deal, but you're taking like a monkey off their back. You know what I mean? So, They don't mind. You got to look up a med, look it up. You want to ask me about a med? Ask me about a med. As long as I don't have to pass it. You know what I mean? So just know that. But I was saying, I was going to tell you guys about stock meds. Stock meds are your meds that you can pretty much get over the counter. So laxatives are over the counter. Tylenol is over the counter unless it's Tylenol with codeine. That's not over the counter. I'm trying to think what else. A lot of your vitamins, vitamin A, B, C, and D, B12, B6, anything that you can buy at Walgreens, anything that you can buy at the dollar store and stuff. And that's another thing too. If you guys ever get a chance, if you're ever bored, go to the dollar store. And they have like a lot of vitamins and stuff and water pills. Just go there and read the names and stuff, that stuff. The generic name does not change ever and stuff. A lot of times it does not change and stuff. So go there and just, look at different medicines and stuff, and it doesn't hurt if you wanted to actually go to the dollar store and stock up on some vitamin A, some vitamin B, some vitamin C, D, whatever and stuff for yourself. And then here you are, you already know, okay, well, this is at my house. Like now, I'll never, forget what bisacoline is. Why? Because it's been in my house now. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that was that. I've now been working as a CMT. I guess now, like 3 weeks now. And I actually really, really, really like it. I really like it. It's to the point where now, I hate to say it, I barely even want to pick up any CNA shifts. I still do, but I really like working as a CMT. And then I hate to say it, the money is a lot better, even though working through agency as a CNA, the money's good though, but like as a CMT you get more money on top of that too, so that's really good and stuff. And I don't know, it's been nice. It really has been nice. And then one thing I've learned about being a CMT is too, like I will see some of the CNAs like arguing and stuff about, oh, I don't want to work this hall, I don't want to work that hall, I don't want to change this person, I don't want to do this, I don't want to pass this track. But when you're a CMT, guess what? You can stay in your own lane. You pass your pills, you can look above the cart, they arguing and you just right here. You ain't even in that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You can mind your own business. So that's really the main thing about being a CMT. So I guess I'll go back over a few things that I said. Was get there early so you can get your cart together. Do not get there if your shift starts at 7. If your shift starts at, my foot fell asleep, so that's why y'all see me kind of moving back and forth. But if your shift starts at 6, try to get there about 5:15, 5:30. That way you can get a jump start on the meds, especially if you're agency, because you don't know the people. That's another thing too that kind of makes it a bit tricky too. I will tell you too, when you work as a CMT, go to every facility. Don't just go to one. I worked at one facility, the facility I was telling you guys about. I worked at one facility for a while because I kind of wanted to get the hang of being a CMT. My foot's starting to wake back up. I'm telling you, this foot fell asleep. So I kind of wanted to get a hang of being a CMT. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to stay here. And then, like I told you guys, the facility was not the best facility. So it was really cool to be able to work at a facility that was not like, I guess you could say, I don't know, it may sound bad, up to par. So it was easy to learn because they had got a new DON there. They had revamped everything from a new DON to a new administrator. So as I was learning, they was learning. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that's going to be your thing all the time, but I was kind of put in a good spot to be a new CMT. So that's one thing. Like I said, just get there early so you get your med card together since you don't know the people, so you can start early. I had a lady, I went to a new facility, and I had a lady who she wanted to know every single med she got. And this lady probably got a whole chapter book full of meds, okay? No joke. I told you guys. And stuff. You guys will learn which and that's the kind of the neat thing about going to different facilities. You learn which residents get one. I had one guy, and I started off with him. He got one ferrous sulfate, aka iron pill. or was it a folic acid? I'm not really sure, but he only got one pill. Then towards the end, I go to this lady who got a whole cocktail full of meds, and she wants to know what each and every one of her pills is for. I'm literally talking about what's my alprazolam for, what is I'm trying to think, like, she wanted to know everything, like, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have time for this and that, you know. And it's not you trying to be disrespectful or I don't have time for it, but when you have a bunch of meds to pass and stuff, it, like, it's time consuming, you know what I mean? So I do know from now on, whenever I go back to this facility, because I am scheduled to work at this facility, guess who I'm starting with? Her. I'm starting with her and stuff. And I decided that I will be getting there early because I'm going to literally write down on a piece of paper each one of her meds. And you know, you can keep that. You don't have to put that person's, you put like their initials on it or their room number, but I mean, don't put their name, you know, Mary Jo Smith, you know, at Fresh Market Rehab and Health Care, whatever. You don't have to put all of that, especially if you're going to keep it. You can just put MJS, you know, whatever, and put the initials of that facility, so that way you can put it in. Like, I carry, this is like my work binder right here and stuff. It has like all my like timesheets and important papers in here. It has like login information kind of stuff, and I just keep a binder and stuff since I do work for multiple agencies. But if you have a resident like that, just write down their meds when you have some time and stuff, you know, and write down each med that they get. Like I said, write their initials on it, the facility that they're at, so whenever you go to that facility, you have that resident, and that resident's like, okay, what's that med for? What's this pill for? What's this pill for? Hold on for 1 second. I'll let you know. Whip that paper out. This is what this is for. This is what that's for. This is what this is for. And you can just, here you go. I had the resident also, she was like, you know, she was kind of being kind of, you know, whatever that day. And she was like, I don't take alprazolam. I don't have anxiety. I don't have depression. I'm not taking this. I'm not taking that and this and that. I said, okay, you know, they have a right to refuse their med. So just write it down, especially, you know what I mean? And this lady's in her right mind and stuff. So I do know that from now on and stuff, I will be starting with her. I had another guy who, he got a cocktail full of meds as well, but he wasn't no trouble at all and stuff though. But I should have started with these two residents, but it was my first time at the facility, so I did not know these residents to know to start with them. So instead of starting with the guy that gets one ferrous sulfate, aka iron pill, or one folic acid, it would have been better for me to start off with the two people that get 15 to 20 pills, you know what I mean? And I'm just, you know, they could get less than that, but I'm telling you, it was a lot, because they got, like, when you get gabapentin, for instance, you typically get about 2 gabapentins and stuff 3 times a day or something, depending on, you know, your condition and stuff though. So yeah, so I know now to start with them, and I'm kind of happy. And that's what I was telling a friend of mine. I was telling her, you know, go to every facility. Don't just, oh, I heard bad things about this, or my friend said this was bad, or whatever. Go check it out for yourself, because what may be bad to her and what may be bad to him may not be as bad to you. You know what I mean? So you just have to check it out yourself. So yeah, so that was that. I'm trying to think what else. I'm trying to think. If you guys have any questions about CMT, let me know. Put them in the comments, and I will respond back. I do try to check my comments on my YouTube pretty often and stuff, and respond back to you guys. I'm trying to think, what else is there? That's about it when it comes to the CMT. I do enjoy working as a CMT. I actually love it. I really, really do. I don't know. I do. I really like it and stuff. Also being agency, if you don't have a name badge, always contact your agency and get one. But one thing that I did, I went to a website. It's called nametagwizard.com. And I'll put that link at the bottom too. And I actually had a badge made that says certified medication tech and stuff. So that way, don't get me confused. If I'm not working as a CNA that day, I'm not working as a CNA that day. And then sometimes too, if you don't feel like working as a CNA or a CMT or whatever the case may be, put on your CNA or put on your CMT badge, whatever one and stuff. So that way, if you're working as a CNA and you don't want to work as a CMT, but you got a CMT badge on, you don't want somebody, hey, we really need a CMT today. Can you work the cart today? Or hey, we really need a CNA today. Or which 9 times out of 10, in most states, when you work as a CMT, they already know you're a CNA. But you could easily be like, hey, I don't do that anymore. My body can't take it. Whatever you need to come up with and stuff. So that's that. I'm trying to think. I keep getting a call from the same people, but I don't know who it is. But anyway, we're going to talk about the COVID now. So I worked at one of the biggest COVID facilities in the St. Louis area, okay? And I'm not going to drop names and stuff, though. That's a very big HIPAA violation. But I worked at a COVID facility, and I will tell you guys, I was nervous when I went. I was very nervous when I went. I had on my whole hazmat suit with the hood on it and everything. And it wasn't bad, but it was just like, from the news has amped it up, which I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing, and the news does not have a right to amp it up, though. But I will say, as long as you have your PPE, you will be fine. Wear your PPE, wear your mask, wear whatever you feel like you need to wear. Like I said, I had a whole hazmat. The DON, she came up and she said, "Oh, you got the whole suit on." I also had this on. I'll let you guys, if you guys can see that. I had a face shield on and a mask on as well and stuff. That was my own things. I bought the things that I felt like I wanted. The facility had their own PPE, but I bought things that I felt was going to be better for me as well. So the mask, the face shield, the hazmat suit, everything that zipped all the way up, that had the hood to it also as well and stuff. So wear your PPE. Also, another thing is that it's kind of gotten away from me, but I think I'm going to actually do one tonight, is make a smoothie. Me and my daughter, we make smoothies and stuff, though. And I have my super reds. I just ordered some super greens. I put some vitamin capsules in them as well. Especially during this time, on flu season, you should definitely be, drinking your vitamins. Every single day you should be taking your vitamins, drinking your vitamins, however you take them and stuff, though. But especially with this COVID going around and stuff, you need to really build up your immune system. Granted, yes, we work in healthcare, so our immune systems are pretty, built up and this and that. I rarely get sick. But especially during this time, I'm really double dosing up on my vitamins, like, for real. So make sure you're taking your vitamins, eating better and stuff. I've been trying to like eat better myself and everything. Keep on looking back because I thought I heard something. But that's just the main thing and stuff. The COVID, I work with the patients. I did what I had to do, and I came on out of the room and stuff. You know what I mean? I hate that I really couldn't have that personal time, but they understand as well. A lot of them do understand, and that you have to do what you have to do. Take care of them properly, just like you would anybody else. Come on out. When I got home that day, thank God I have a fenced backyard. I was able to take everything off and take everything to the wash machine. Only that stuff that I wore. And then afterwards, I had like some Clorox disinfectant wipes, and I bleached down the wash machine and everything. My shoes did not come inside the house until I like bleached them down and everything. Right now, they're actually inside of a bag now and stuff, because I really shouldn't even be wearing my shoes in the house just in general, regardless of where I go, COVID facility or not and stuff, because it just carries so many germs. So that was that. Like I said, it's not really too much to tell. It was not a bad thing. I really enjoyed it, actually. I'm trying to think. It was a 12-hour shift. I'm not really big on 12-hour shifts unless I want to do 12-hour shifts. If you guys have any questions, just like let me know. I didn't really want to do it too long of a video. I put on a little beachy background in the back because I don't know if me and my child will be going on vacation this year because of the whole coronavirus stuff. So I'm kind of making myself feel like I'm at the beach, and I kind of wanted just a little cute background because every time I do videos, I feel like you guys are always watching this black TV all the time. So I figured I would turn my TV on and make me feel like I'm at the beach, though. So yeah. But if you guys have any questions about CMT, coronavirus, anything, please let me know. I'm trying to think before I go if there's anything else I can tell you guys to get yourself ready. Just pay attention to detail when it comes to the meds, especially if you have questions, always ask. When it comes to, like I said, we give narcotics. That's another thing. Let me hit on that real quick and stuff. I pass narcotics and stuff, and always count your meds. Do not, I don't care if this girl is your best friend. I don't care if she's your mom's sister. I don't care whoever. Always count your meds. When I got there, I counted my cards. So there should be, when I had got there should have been 28 med cards because somebody could easily take a card out. You know what I'm saying? So always count your cards. There were 28 cards. There were 28 cards exactly and stuff. So we went through and said, okay, there should be 12 this, there should be 20 this, there should be 30 this and that. Make sure your numbers are correct, because when you get those med keys and that person's out the door, guess what? When that Xanax or that Trazodone or that whatever is missing, guess who it falls back on? And you didn't even take it. It was the person before. But because you trusted that person so much, and I hate to say that, like, it's a dog eat dog world when it comes to this and stuff, though. It's either, I hate to say this though, it's either your friendship or your license. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you guys and stuff, do what you need to do to CYA, cover your own A and stuff. So just do what you need to do. I'm trying to think what else. Pay attention to details when it comes to giving eye drops. Just everything. You can always watch YouTube and look at how to administer meds and everything. So yeah. So all right. Well, you guys have a good day, and I hope that this video helps somebody, a new CMT. If anything, I really didn't have a whole lot of information about the COVID stuff besides just keeping yourself protected and stuff, though. So I hope this video works out for somebody, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. This video was kind of rushed, but that's okay. All right, you guys have a good day. Peace out.